Hello there, and welcome back to Vintage Story. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we get started, I want to say a quick thank you to our newest channel member, Simple. Thank you for your support, and I want to say thank you to everyone else for your messages last week. I did have to take the week off from making videos. I just exhausted myself with my marathon training. 3 weeks ago I ran like 35 miles, 2 weeks ago I ran almost 40 miles, and I had a recovery week last week, and I just did full recovery. I really did nothing. I still had to run almost 40 kilometers, which is 25 miles, but it was a lot easier if I wasn't worrying about anything else. You all left kind messages, take your time, that sort of thing, and it's funny because I always see that with other creators too, and I feel the same way. Like, I'm a fan of Good Times with Scar. He's got medical issues. And so sometimes he has to say, hey, no video in the foreseeable future, medical reasons, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's always commenting, take your time, health comes first. I feel the same way, but as a creator, I just sort of feel that I need to at least let you know when the schedule changes. Because if you're going out of your way to support me, I have to, at the very least, be considerate of that and let you know what's going on. Anyway, as you can see, we're building another bridge. Another bridge. I've still got another 2 to build, but, well, this is going to be it for a little while. Can't even get in my own bed. These guys are everywhere. And they're worshipping the cat. Because that's a totally normal thing to do. I failed 2 50-50 rolls. So now we're going to have to try breeding up the sheep again. And hopefully get some baby female sheep. So we can actually, move on to the next generation. But the bridge I was working on is now done. And it should be large enough to take the elk across with no problem. Yeah, that's going to work perfectly. So I did go for a slightly different design, as you can see. It's a little more of a stone bridge, obviously. Arched, unlike the flat drawbridge. That never... Well, it's not going to work as a drawbridge. But, yeah, I mean, I like them both. The stone bridge here, kind of... Okay, so I'm a history buff. I love the American Civil War. I love studying it. The Battle of Antietam, the Union Army had to cross a stone bridge that is now known as Burnside's Bridge. That's kind of what I was going with here. Of course, Burnside's Bridge was longer and wider, but I don't exactly need a very large, very long, very wide bridge for getting to my barn or my chicken coop. But that was the inspiration, and I think it came out pretty well. I might need to tweak this a little bit. Not 100% a fan of how this end part looks, but otherwise I think it's good. Yeah, but that's enough of bridge building. I have been being swarmed by these guys. I mean, obviously there's a rift right there, but there are like dozens of them in my house, all worshipping my cat. Anyway, we're going to go do... Come back here. We're going to go do something else. I found some stuff a while back that I never dug up, and we can go dig that up because we can... We're not going to make them yet because we don't have the flax, but we can start prepping blasting powder. Okay, let's see if there's any more in my house like there have been. None down there. Oh, for a change, they haven't invaded my house. How nice. I take back what I was just saying. We will make some of these today. What I was saying, we're going to make some ore blasters. So we can make blasting powder with saltpeter, which I should have somewhere in the base. Powdered sulfur. How do I powder it again? Grindstone. Right, easy enough. And that's what we're going to go collect. And then I got a whole ton of black coal from the archive. And so we're going to combine this to make some blasting charges, mining charges. Ore mining or stone mining, and then Primitive Survival has a rock mining one also. This one, the Primitive Survival one, doesn't really destroy ore, so it's good to clear out around ore. The stone one, that was introduced in 1.20, does destroy ore. It's highly destructive to ore, 80% chance of destroying it, so you don't want to use it near any ore deposits. Whereas the ore mining one can destroy a little bit of ore, but is very good at, well, it'll clear out the ore and drop the ore, but not really destroy the rocks surrounding it. So I can show you the differences when we craft them. Now, I was saying we're not going to make them because I'm saving up the flax, obviously, for our boat sail. I've got enough flax to make 8 sails, and 8 linen sheets, and we need 21, I think. But I noticed that we do have, thanks to the wool and more mod, the ability to use wool to make these mining charges. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to wash some of this fleece. And that we just do by tossing it in a barrel with either lime water or a diluted borax, which we have right here. And sealing that, and in a few hours, that will be like wool. Yeah, and we can use that instead. So that's what we're going to do. You know, I'm going to have to make a road through this forest so I don't keep getting stuck in the trees while being chased by wolves or bears. It's not very good for your health. And making a road will just make life easier. In fact, I wonder if the elk benefits from the speed boost of a path. I don't see why it shouldn't. Let's see, I'm stuck in the trees again. And there's a bear. And I'm stuck in trees again. See, this is the problem. It's always something. Come over to get the sulfur, and there's a bear right by where I need to go down. And I don't know if the bear will attack my elk if I am away from it. I also don't know if I can shoot the bear from the elk. Well, I can shoot from the elk. That's good to know. My aim needs a bit of practice. Cannot pick anything up while on the elk. Well, honestly, who didn't see that coming? Now I gotta go all the way back. On foot. It's not that far, but it's far enough that I have to run it. You know, putting that lantern on the elk does make it easy to find where he is. Got it. Got my revenge. Let's get the rest of my stuff. Lucky I actually picked up the arrows. Ooh, that was a lot of fleece from the bear. And now I am down around 5 or 6 arrows. And I'm probably not finding them in the winter. Anyway, so just under here is where the sulfur is. Right down here, I believe. Got some quartz. Got a spooky glowing cave over there. Actually, I think that's where the sulfur is in the spooky glowy part. And we got a Bowtorn shooting at me. Oh, you're not allowed to hit me. Not that way. Yeah, so we got the glow lichen. Or glowworms. We got a whole ton of brown coal. Which we don't quite need at the moment. I just shot him down there. Another one right here. Nothing. Okay, my... Should have brought my armor. Didn't think I'd be fighting this much. Sulfur should be right around here. There's plenty of coal. I'm panicking. Sheesh. Was not expecting a bell down there. Okay. Oh, there's black coal over here. That's good. Are there multiple bells in this area? That's crazy. Okay, so I did not come down here prepared for this. Clearly. And I can't for the life of me remember where the sulfur was. Oh, it's a ruin. Flag makers. Ooh, nice. Copper ingot, nice. Okay, I could have sworn the saltpeter was close to a opening in the roof of the cave. So let me go look around a bit more because I know it's somewhere. I couldn't script this if I wanted to. Now we got a temporal storm coming. So all this for the sulfur is going to have to wait. I can show you something else though. So put that down. With the carry-on mod, which we do have this season, well, we had last season too, we can shift and left click to pick up vessels, and then if we aim in the air and shift left click again, or hold left, sorry, right click, hold right click, the vessel is now on our back. I don't do this often because it is, in my opinion, a bit on the cheaty side, since you are literally getting an extra inventory thing, but I just wanted to show you that it is an option. I thought I had a lantern on you. I guess it was my oil lamp that was on the ground. Okay, well, let's head back home and ride out the temporal storm, and then we'll come back to get sulfur. Maybe I'll actually be able to find it this time. Boy, the difference a little sunlight makes in finding what you're looking for. Oh, it's raining drifters. I thought I had enough of that with the rift storm. Apparently not. Anyway, so sulfur. Oh my gosh, it's a collection over there. By the way, I brought my armor this time. Apparently, it's not making much of a difference. My gosh, there's more of them. Okay, you guys seriously need to just like... I don't know. I don't have nice words to say to them right now. Let's see. I had 26 arrows. I have 26 arrows. So none of my arrows broke during that melee. Maybe now I can finally get sulfur. Nope. I mean, I know there was a rift back by where I came down, but this is just obscene. Okay, sulfur. Finally. Of course, I left the saltpeter and the black coal back at home because I didn't think I was going to do anything with it just yet. But here, so we gather up the sulfur, and then we have to go back and we have to pulverize it, no, crush it in the quern. And once we do that, we'll have sulfur powder, we'll have our saltpeter, and we'll have our black coal, which we combined to make blasting powder, and we can make blasting charges, which we can use for mining. It will... I'll make a mess. I think I included in the beginning of last episode a clip of me using a blasting charge, and I nearly caused a cave-in and took myself out with it. Also, we got plenty of brown coal over here, which is great for forging. Actually, it's actually really good for steel production, because it... Okay. Would you guys just leave me alone for 5 minutes? Actually, this clip's only 4.5 minutes long, and I've been attacked who knows how many times. It has a lower burn time, I think. I gotta double check. I think brown coal has the quickest burn time, so it burns out faster. But, okay, let's just get out of here so I can finish talking in peace. I don't think that matters so much with the steel production, because you just, see that rift there. I bet that, yeah, and there's a rift there, so they're spawning and literally dropping in on my head. Okay, let's get out of here, elk. So I don't think the burn time matters so much with the... What's with all the rifts? It's only medium. My gosh, there's 4 rifts over here. It's only medium rift intensity right now. There should not be this much going on. Okay, now that I've been distracted 5 times, let's try to get this sentence out. I do not think the burn time matters as much with making the steel. Yes, the coal's gonna burn. You're gonna burn through it. But I'd rather use a lower temperature burning coal that burns quicker to make steel than use the black coal or even the anthracite. The anthracite burns for a very long time. It's almost 3 times as long as the regular coal, or the brown coal here. But it's harder to find, and so I'd rather have that for if I'm actually working the anvil, the forge, because then I can put one piece on and keep the forge lit for a very long time while I'm working through all of the ingots I'm working on. So that's why I like using brown coal for steel production. And I don't think you can use charcoal, but I tend to not use it because you use the charcoal in the coffin with the iron to turn into steel. And again, I'd rather save the charcoal for that so I don't have to go chop down more trees. If I can just go mining and get a whole ton of coal that way. Okay, let's go home and make some blasting charges, and I can show you how those work. Okay, let's make those blasting charges. So we need our black coal, our powdered sulfur, which, as I said, we just get by putting the sulfur in the quern, and saltpeter, and that gives us 6 blasting powder per craft. And you only need 4 per craft of the blasting charges, and you get 8 per craft. So we're going to do 1 for now, though I have plenty. Then we're going to do the wool variant. So just like twine, with flax, it's 4 of the, in this case, fibers. To make the twine, we need 5 of those. And then 4 of the twine to make 1 wool. We put that there, put the twine there, put the blasting powder there, and that gives us the ore charges. As I said, we also have a stone charge, which I like this for, as I mentioned, clearing out around deposits. Actually, no, let's craft a little bit of all of them. So we're going to make some of the vanilla ore blasting charges. And let's make a little bit of... Oops, need to craft one of these first. And then let's make a little bit of the primitive survival rock blasting charges. And let's see. There is also a scrap charge that is also new to 120. And this is good for dealing damage against enemies. And of course, you have now the vanilla, or the new stone charges that were introduced in 1.20. Also, this takes powdered iron oxide, which we get by crushing iron. How do we crush this one? We need to use the pulverizer to crush this iron into, well, the crushed iron. So we're not going to be doing that right now. One of the other things we can do with the blasting powder is make a fuse. This is also from Primitive Survival. This is very, very convenient. Oh, I might not be able to make that with... Yeah, I can't make that full. Okay, I'm going to actually use a little bit of my flex to make the fuses, but they are worth making to show off. So we do 1 bit of twine and 1 bit of blasting powder, and that gives us a fuse. So now I'm going to put this stuff away. We're going to go make our way to where our iron mine is, and we're going to go give these all a bit of a test. Okay, we are in my iron mine area. I haven't done much with iron yet this series, so that's gonna have to change soon. But here we are. This is, you know, what I've been working with. So let's grab our... I could have sworn I made the primitive survival one. Instead, they're both the ore ones. Okay, well, I guess we are not showing both of them. So here's something we can do. So if I put a charge there and a charge there, I can connect those, then do that, and grab our torch, and I can light the fuse. That gives us just a little bit more time to get away. It put out the fuse. But you see what the advantage of the fuse is. You can actually get away before it goes off, because otherwise, if I just pick these up, if I want... As I was saying, if I want to light this, now we gotta run. You can get away, but if you're in a confined area, getting away is not exactly easy. And if you get tripped up or held up by something, you might take damage. So if you've got primitive survival, using the fuses allows you to chain together charges, also get away from them before they go off, and damage yourself. Or it doesn't help if there are drifters in the caves with you and they damage you, but you know, you cut down on the damaging source by at least 1. Oh, a gear. And there we go. That's 2 charges. I just got 40 chunks of iron. And so yeah, these ore charges are very good at removing the ore, but as you saw, they do like no damage to the rocks. Whereas on the other hand, if I had the other charge, the ones that for some reason didn't craft when I tried crafting them, these, the rock blasting ones, you would get, it'd break the rocks, but not the ore. Or at least not much of the ore. Some of the ore might still be broken. Then I can also place this one here. Like that. And that should clear out some of the copper down there for me. Oh, there was not as much copper there as I was expecting. But yeah, that's the ore charges. Okay, I'm in danger again. And I'm out of healing poultices, so we're just gonna get out of here. Okay, let's check this thing quickly just to make sure I'm not going crazy. We've got a linen sheet, and we're gonna need that there, a flax twine there, and 4. Okay, so that makes the rock mining charges. But when I used wool, like it says I can use here, it crafted the other charges. Unless I click this and it becomes the other charge. Let's try it. No, see, that worked. Okay, let's run down to someplace quickly so I can show you how these work slightly differently. Okay, here's the quartz I was mining the other day. So if I put this here and light it, that quartz and that quartz and these 4 will probably be destroyed, but the rest of the quartz around here should not be. Of course, it does cause a cave-in, so, you know, there's that. That's because I did it too close to the ceiling. If I had done it elsewhere, we would not have had a cave-in like that. But see, okay, so it destroyed a bit of the quartz, but it destroyed a lot of the rocks. And so it clears out the area, usually. And so if you're trying to find a deposit, you can... Oh, look, I opened up a new tunnel. You can put these primitive survival rock charges down and kind of blast mine. Another one? Seriously? Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've all had a wonderful day. Thank you to my channel members for your support, and I will see you all next time. Later.